What's going on, guys? Happy Friday. It's your boy, Crazy Faith, the son of God in the building. Getting ready to drop some quick value for you guys. So, today's topic is actually going to be the power of peace, right? So, the power of peace. So, on a day to day basis, we got to be at peace with whether if people are at peace with us or not, right? If they like you, you got to be at peace with that. If they don't like you, you got to be at peace with that, right? You don't want to let anybody's garbage get inside of you, right? You got to be at peace with it. If they're in a bad vibration, be at peace with it, right? If they don't like you, be at peace with it. That's all you could do. Remember, you can't control the external world, but you have full control and power over the internal world, right? Some of us, we let external circumstances dictate our internal world when we have no power over the external world. We have all the power in the internal world, right? The internal world is way more powerful than life itself because we got God. You feel me? So when you begin to understand that and you begin to tap into it and you being at peace with people if they like you or don't like you, you begin to tap into this freedom, this untouchable spirit that frees you, that you can grow, that nobody has power or control over you because remember God created you, right? The devil doesn't have no power or control over you. He died at the cross and he got kicked out of heaven for pride. And you also got to remind him what Jesus did to him at the end of the day, right? So this is real important to keeping your peace and stay in control of you, right? Because the moment we react, right, when we react, we give them control. But the moment we stay in peace, right, we remain in control, right, over the situation and circumstances, right? So it's this is something that I've learned. I used to always be the type of person to always let external circumstances dictate how I feel. When all reality, I'm like, wait, hold on. I got the peace, right? I control the situation, circumstances of how I want it to be, right? I could switch my perspective to any circumstances. I could let any problem fuel me to what I need to be, right? And this is the power of the mind, unlocking your mind and seeing the bigger picture, how powerful the mind is, right? A lot of people are not aware of how powerful the mind is, right? And it's okay. It's all about learning and growing and understanding and also giving people room to grow, right? Because remember, when you give your peace away, right, you're inviting the negative, the toxicity from the outside world into your internal world, right? And the internal world is so valuable that we have to remain in control of the internal world because if you're not in control of your internal world, then you give permission for the external world to dictate how you feel within, right? So your peace is everything. Your peace is how you have a good state of mind, how you move throughout the day, how you connect with God, right? If you're not at peace, you can't even be close to God, right? If you're not in a good vibration, in a joyful, in a peace, you're nowhere close to Him, right? And that's why some of us are just still stuck in the same cycle over and over and over because we keep giving our peace to the external world. You see how that works, right? So we got to be mindful, be aware of our minds and how we guard it on a day to day basis, right? Our peace is powerful, the power of peace, right? Also, what helps me remain at a peaceful vibration is journaling, reading, right? Feeding my inner me, right? Feeding the spirit, right? The flesh is dead, right? You gotta feed your spirit, get your internal world alive, feed the inner man, and kill the old. The old self is not gonna take you to where you need to be. The old self is not gonna get you to where you need to be, right? It's not doing nothing so far. How far has it taken you of being the old self? It hasn't taken you nowhere, right? So it's time for a change. It's time to strengthen the inner man that lies within inside of you, you know? And it starts with your peace. Because that's a solid foundation. If you have peace, you have power. If you have peace, you have power, right? Remember, your control of everything that lies within inside of you, right? We don't want to let any circumstance dictate how you feel, because remember, God created you. People doesn't have no control over you. Nobody has control over you in this world besides God, right? He created you. He has the access to control you. Nobody else has that power or permission unless you give it to them. All right, guys. So with that being said, it's your boy Crazy Faith, the God in the building. Let's grow 1% better.